First of all, what we have to do to make the package work is download the AR Core SDK for Unity. Once you have downloaded and imported it into your project, you will see the following folder, Google AR Core. As well, you have to go to File, Build Settings, Player Settings, and in XR Settings, add the AR Core supported in order to make things properly. The next step consists on finding the different scene. So the main scene is on prefab scene. In this scene, you will find the following game objects. Example controller, which has an AR trash can script, which is going to instantiate different trash can game objects and paper game objects in the game. The paper game object is really simple. If you go to the inspector, you will see that it only has a mesh collider or a sphere collider in this case and a rigid body. The main objective of this game is to throw the paper inside the trash can, and to do so, what we do is instantiate the paper in front of the camera, something like this, as you can see here, during the gameplay. Once we have done that, the follower script associates the paper game object to the transform T. So what we have is a transform that is following all the time the position of the paper, as you can see in this example. Okay, we have added also a trail render in order to show how the paper moves in space. If you want to understand how the AR trash can works, please open it in your editor. In this tutorial, we're going to explain briefly how to move your ball or your paper ball in the screen by dragging on the screen. As you can see, we have different touch phases. We have the touch phase begin and the touch phase moved, and finally at the bottom we have the touch phase ended. What we are doing in the touch phase begin is associating the game object of the ball go, which will be the paper ball, to the paper prefab, and once it's instantiated, what we're doing is associating the reference follower transform to that transform. So whenever we move the paper ball, the follower will go after it. Why we do this? This is because we need a filter for the movement of the ball, and by adding the follower script we're able to obtain a smoother movement of the ball in order to obtain the speed of the ball in the screen. Once we have moved our fingers in the screen, as you can see here, we impose the theta and phi angles of the spherical coordinates. As you can see here, we calculate the spherical coordinates. I'm going to put it here. Spherical coordinates. We obtain those spherical coordinates in order to obtain the speed in the three directions. With the speed in the three directions, we set the rigid body velocity to those, and finally we set the reference follower to null, and we put the gravity to work. So with those three simple steps, we're able to throw objects into our AR scene. I hope you consider downloading this package, and thanks for watching it.